Welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing how I incorporate the Writing System plugin with the Horse Animset Pro pack from the Epic Store. The Writing System plugin is a free plugin on the Epic Marketplace. The Horse Animset Pro you'll need to buy, but it is well worth double what you'll actually pay. The animations are awesome, as well as the flexibility to mount and dismount a horse from the side, back, or front. You can even get up into a carriage. The pack also comes with Pegasus wings and 4 different horns, an assortment of weapons, with corresponding rider animations and more. A total thumbs up to Malbus Animations for creating it. The only downside is it doesn't come with blueprints, but this video will hopefully get you started and on your way. So let's get to it. Make sure you have the Writing System plugin and Horse Animset Pro installed. Open the third-person character mannequin skeleton and select the humanoid rig, then save. Set Animset Mannequin to Humanoid Rig. Make sure he is in the A pose and click Modify Pose, then use Current Pose, save and close. In Horse Animset Pro, Animations, Retarget Mount Right V2, Mount Left V2, Idle V2, and Dismount Right V2 to the third-person mannequin. Make sure you change the directory to the Mannequin Animations folder for organization and to make them easier to find later, then retarget. Create Anim Montage in the Mannequin Animations folder for Mount Left and Mount Right along with Dismount Right. In the third-person character BP, add component, Writing System, compile, and with Writing System selected tick Camera Transforms and set duration to 1. Select Capsule Component and under Collision Presets, expand and change Pawn to Custom, then under Trace Responses ignore Visibility and Camera. Do the exact same for Mesh. Create a new function called Get Components and open it. Add 2 new outputs named Writing Comp and Camera Comp. Click on the variable type and type Writing System and hover to get an object reference. For the other output, hover and type Camera Comp and select Camera Component. Drag the Writing System component and drop it on Writing Comp input, then the Follow Camera on the Camera Comp input. Compile and save. Go back to the event graph. Add a box collision and size it to your character. Right-click the box collision and find on Component Begin Overlap. Right-click and type Provide Overlap Information. It should be under Writing System and connect it to the Begin Overlap function. Connect Other Actor to Overlapped Actor and Other Comp to Overlapped Component. Drag the box collider onto Box Collision. Add a new Boolean variable called isOverlappingMount. Drag and drop it on the output of Provide Overlap Information and tick the box to True. Right-click the box collider again and select on Component End Overlap. drag and drop is overlapping mount on its output, and make sure the box is unticked. Right-click and type key 6, then drag for a branch, then drag and drop is overlapping mount on the condition input. Drag off true and type mount, select under writing system. Select your mount anim montages you created earlier for mount montage left and right. Compile and save. I believe that the writing system uses anim montage notifies for the mount and dismount animations, so we need to go and set up notifies for ascend begin time and ascend duration time and put in the insit time. It doesn't seem to work if you just type in the values. Head over to your left mount montage and right-click on Notifies, hover on Add Notify State and select Montage Notify window. Pause the animation and find the beginning of the ascent and the midway point of the ascent and move the markers to those points. Right-click inside the window, highlight, and copy the Notify Begin Time and paste it to the Ascent Begin Time in Mount. Then go back to the montage and highlight Anim Notify State Duration, then paste it to an Ascend Duration back in the montage. Drag the bar to the end of the animation, just before the sit completes, and type that value into insit time of the mount function. Now copy and paste them into your right mount montage so both mount montages are the same, very important. Just to be ready, do this also for the dismount montage. You'll only have to do it for the one side. Create a new Boolean variable called isRiding. Back in the event graph, right-click and type event tick and drag and drop isRiding on its output. Right-click and type isRiding, untick the context-sensitive box and find isRiding under Writing System, select it and connect it to Set isRiding, then drag Writing System in from the Components tab and drop it on isRiding target. Compile and save. Create a new blueprint character class called mount_char BP. Open it and click Class Settings. At the Parent Class drop-down menu, type Mount and select Mount Character. Compile, save and close this BP. Right-click on mount_char BP and select Create Child Blueprint Class named horse_char BP and open it. Choose your mesh, the horse you want to use. Adjust to set it on the ground and rotate it to face forward.
I can still see your eyes shine from the stars in the Kiowa night sky. And the way you move your body on that dance floor.
Add component, skeletal mesh, named saddle and another named reins. Type saddle to make it easier to find and choose than the mesh. Do the same for the reins. Adjust the mount locations and mount areas to your preferences. On the left mount location, change the Z rotation to 180 degrees. Go to the Horse Animset folder and find the horse skeleton and make sure there is a mount point on spine 2. Add a socket there if it isn't already. Back in the horse_char BP, add a scene component called Rider and parent it to your mesh. Compile and save. Then select the parent socket as mount point, and in the Z rotation change it to 90 degrees. Select camera boom and adjust it up, and set the target arm length to 500. Under Character Movement, Rotation Settings, tick the box by Orient Rotation to Movement. Under horse_char BP, Self, untick the box next to Use Controller Rotation Yaw. Then, tick Camera Transforms and set the duration to 1. In the event graph, delete the nodes. Right-click and type Event Begin Play. Drag off Event Begin Play and type Rider LOC and choose Set. Then drag your rider scene on the Rider LOC input. Right-click and type Key 6. Pull from Key 6, pressed, untick the context-sensitive box. Type Get Components and choose the function under third-person character. Drag off and type Dismount and select it. Connect Riding Comp to Riding System Comp and Camera Comp to Rider Camera. From Get Components Target, drag off and type Cast a third-person character. Select it, then right-click on it and convert it to a pure cast. Drag of its object and type Rider Actor. Select Get Rider Actor. Select your Dismount montage and put your montage notifiers in their respective boxes, just like before with the Mount node. Right-click and type Event Possessed and drag off to get a delay. Set at 0.01, pull off and type Disable Movement, drag and drop character movement on the target input, pull off and get another delay. This time set it to 2, and drag off and type Set Movement Mode and select Walking in the new Movement Mode drop-down box. Again drag character movement and drop it on Set Movement Mode's target. Copy the first delay, character movement and disable movement, then paste them behind the dismount node. Compile and save. In the third-person Anim BP event graph, create a new Boolean variable called isRiding and drop it on the setSpeed node. Pull off of isRiding and type get isRiding. Untick the context-sensitive box and get isRiding from third-person character. Right-click and type cast to third-person character, then convert it to a pure cast. Connect, try get pawn owner from the front of the nodes, and connect to cast to third person, then connect, cast to third person to isRiding. Now, go to the Anim graph. In the third person Anim BP, move the default state machine up, and name it movement, then drag off, and type cached pose, and name that movement. Add a new state machine, call it states. Pull and type slot and add a default slot. Open states and add a state named movement, and add another state called riding, then add a return transition. Transitions should be movement to riding. Drag and drop isRiding on can enter transition. Riding to movement. Drag in isRiding, pull for a not Boolean and connect it. Inside the movement state, right-click and type movement and select use cached pose, movement and connect. Select your rider idle animation and drop it on riding. Create an animation blueprint called horse_Anim BP. Choose the horse skeleton and hit OK and open it. Pull off try get pawn owner and type get velocity. Then pull off velocity and type vector length. Promote the return value to variable, should be a float, call it speed and connect it to blueprint update animation. Go to the Anim graph and add a new state machine called movement. Connect it, then open it. Add a state named idle and another called movement. Drag a transition back to idle. Drag and drop a horse idle animation on idle. And a gallop animation on movement. Transitions should be from idle to movement. Drag in and get speed, drag off speed, and type the greater than symbol and connect it. From movement to idle, drag in and get speed, and drag to type equals equals and connect it. Compile and save. Hook it up to your horse, saddle and reins meshes in the horse_char BP. Go to your mannequin animations folder and set the dismount right, rider idle, mount left, and mount right animations to force root lock. Drag your horse blueprint in and hit play. There may be a few tweaks you'll want to add to it to fit your needs, but this is a good springboard for you to get up and running. As always, I hope this helps. Like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon if these videos help you out and you'd like to see more. Until next time, enjoy and have fun.